Have you ever wondered if your perfect partner is actually a professional actor? My sister Chloe started dating this guy, Marcus, about 6 months ago. On paper, the dude was a saint. He was a volunteer firefighter, rescued senior dogs, and always brought my mom's favorite lilies without being asked. He was so polite, it was actually kind of exhausting. My parents loved him, but something about his yes sir and no MDM felt practiced, like he was auditioning for the role of son-in-law of the year. So I decided to run a little experiment. I'm a mechanic, and I spend all day covered in grease. I'm also pretty tech savvy. One weekend, Chloe and Marcus came over for a backyard BBQ. I accidentally left my high-end dash cam recording in my truck, parked right next to Marcus's car. Then, I told everyone I had to run to the store for more ice, but I forgot my keys and took Marcus's keys instead, saying I'd just use his car since I was blocked in. He smiled and said, "Of course, man, anything you need." But as soon as I pulled out of the driveway, the mask didn't just slip. It fell off and shattered. Since my truck was still right there, the dash cam caught him the second I was out of sight. He didn't know the audio picks up everything within 20 feet. He immediately turned to Chloe and his entire voice changed. It went from Prince Charming to total jerk in 0.5 seconds. He started complaining about how basic our house was. He mocked my dad's laugh. Then, he said the one thing that made my blood cold. "Your brother is such a grease monkey loser. How much longer do I have to play nice before we can ask your dad for that loan for the startup?" Yeah, it gets worse, but that wasn't even the worst part. Chloe didn't defend us. She just laughed and said, "Just a few more weeks, babe. He's already eating out of your hand." I was sitting in his car at the red light, listening to the live feed on my phone, and my heart just dropped. It wasn't just him, it was her too. So, I decided to give them exactly what they wanted. I came back with the ice, acting totally normal. That night, I told my dad everything and showed him the footage. He's a quiet guy, but when he gets mad, it's silent and terrifying. The next Sunday, we invited them over for the big talk about the loan. Marcus showed up in a suit, looking all humble. My dad sat him down, slid an envelope across the table and said, "I heard you needed some startup capital." Marcus beamed. He opened the envelope. Inside wasn't a check. It was a thumb drive and a bill for all the donations he'd ever accepted from us. "The audio is pretty clear, Marcus," my dad said, his voice like ice, especially the part about me eating out of your hand. Marcus turned white. Chloe started screaming that I invaded their privacy. I just leaned back and said, "Loki, I think the grease monkey just fixed your engine, bro, because this relationship is stalled." They left in 5 minutes. Chloe hasn't spoken to me since, but honestly, I'd rather have a mad sister than a family full of vultures. Would you have told your parents or let them find out the hard way?